And we are back, folks, for another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider. You should know by now, Michigan, nationwide, getting it done on the recruiting trail. But make no mistake, down in the state of Florida, planting a flag and trying to bring some of the Sunshine State's best up here to the mid. And one of those guys from down in the Sunshine State, they're trying to make a part of this next crop of Wolverines, sits next to me here on set. Mr. Brian Harris is with us right now. Brian, how are you?
How are you, man? I'm feeling good, man.
And glad that you could join us and give us some insight into your game and recruitment and, of course, this visit to Michigan. But let's start off first with some reflections. Reflections upon your season. So how did things go for you on the gridiron last year?
We didn't quite make it to where we wanted to make it, but we went first round. So we all collectively did our part. Our quarterback came out a little early in the season, got injured. Freshman came back and finished it out and did his stuff on the field, and it showed out. And I had a pretty decent season, I would say. Yeah, that was pretty much a wrap up of our season.
So you individually, you said you had a pretty decent showing.
Yes.
Break down your performance, kind of get specific and tell us, stats and break down how you perform.
I think I performed pretty well. My stat line, I think I had around 10 sacks, about 30 tackles, 15 TFLs, a couple back downs, a couple fumble recoveries or whatnot. But my main game is the run blocking, and that's my main thing. But also I'm more versatile to the point where I can go on the outside, play that outside edge, and have the pass rush game locked down. So
Okay, all right. So is there a player that you sort of pattern your game after that you say, man, I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna put that in my game?
I would look at Mason Graham. I look at him a lot. I look at Jared Verse. I look at players like that just around, just because I feel like you got to take it from a lot of different pieces. You can't just simplify one person. So I like to put a lot of things in my tool shed.
All right, so height, weight, I don't know if you run a 40 recently, but height, weight, 40, where are you at?
I run like a 4'9" right now.
Mhm.
My height, my height is 6'3" right now. I weigh 290.
Okay,
So pretty solid.
I got you. So now, offers, your offer list. How many offers are you up to now?
I think I'm up to 21 right now.
Up to 21, and you picked up that Michigan offer, man. It really seemed to, I'm not calling them your favorite or anything, but it seemed to impact you in a different way. That's just my impression. How did it impact you?
It's a blue blood school. It's a real big school, especially on the defensive line scale. They develop players, develop defensive linemen, and that what's not to love. I love the school, love the coaches. The coaches see me fitting in their scheme. It's a great school.
So when it came down, was it a surprise or were you expecting it?
It was a surprise, honestly. So one of the coaches that had came down had offered me from North Carolina University or UNC Charlotte, and he had left from UNC Charlotte and went up to Michigan, and then had those connections, stayed with each other, and we had talked a lot, and the defensive line coach had seen my film, and then he said, "Yeah, I like your film, I like what you do," and he had offered me, and that's of course with the help of my people around me.
I got you. And so now, as far as how they would see you fitting in their scheme along the defensive line, what did they say about that?
They said they see me as a versatile player, and so they can see me anywhere. Honestly, I play, like I said, I play pretty good on the front stop, and I'm pretty good at pass rushing. So both of those combined, you got a pretty good player. You can play anywhere on the line. No matter, you can put me. I told coach that he could put me at linebacker, and I could fill a hole if he wanted to. So he put me anywhere.
I got you. All right. So take me into this Michigan visit. Your impressions. Now that you've seen it, you've been here. What do you think?
I think it's a pretty great school, man. You can't ask for a lot when you can't ask for more when you're coming into a school like this. Facilities is top notch. One of the biggest weight rooms in the nation. One of the nicest locker rooms in the nation. Best coaches you can really get. I like the camaraderie of the players. It's a real family-oriented program, and that's the one thing I look for in the school.
So what do you think of Coach Esposito?
Coach Espo is the dog, man. He's a man, man. I like the way he coaches. He develops players not only on the field but off the field. That's another big thing for me. Is I want to be not only a better football player or a better student. I want to be a better man at the end of the day. So he's a heck of a role model.
Okay, and then Coach Moore. I mean, obviously, if you were to pick Michigan, that would be your head coach. Would you think Coach Moore?
Coach Moore is also another one that's another great role model. Brody Jennings, he's committed to Michigan. He tells me so much about Coach Moore. He says it, him and his father, they both tell me all the time that Coach Moore, I'm really going to like him, and he proved it today. Man, I have great conversation with him. He's a great coach, man.
Right, and then your DC would be Coach Wink Martindale. So, what about Coach Wink?
Man, Coach Wink, he has a lot of experience, and that's another big thing when it comes to a big defensive program is having that defensive mindset and having that experience, coaching people like Ray Lewis, right? Those are those big dogs that you want to see coaches are coaching, and just you can tell in his meetings and the way he talks and the way he coaches, he knows what he's talking about. He's been there, he's coached through it, so he's another role model.
So you mentioned Brody. Now that could be special, man. The chance to be high school teammates and college teammates. Y'all had to have had that conversation, man. What would that be like, and how much do you guys talk about that now that it could actually be reality?
Before it used to be, I'm gonna play against Brody because before I was committed to Maryland, and I was telling him I'm gonna be on that side. We're gonna have that battle because Big Ten, But now that I've decommitted and took a step back, now I have the opportunity to play with him, and it's just a different story, it's a different topic, and we have that conversation. It's always a conversation to have with Brody. He's another dog player that we have, like Mandarin, and he's, another role model that I take after. Because coming out, I didn't really see guys with offers and whatnot. So when I came my sophomore year, freshman year, I'm talking to Brody Jennings, and I'm seeing him blow up, and I'm seeing he's really the person that I take after, and I appreciate him for that also. So he's a dog.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously he's behind you playing. But you get a chance to practice with him and see him. What kind of player is he?
He's a dog. He's a dog. I mean, yeah, he comes from a bloodline of dogs, man. His brother, his father, his other brother, his sister, they all dogs, man. And he's a worker. He takes coaching really well. I think having him behind me, I'm confident. So he's another one of those people that I have behind me that I can say that it's my brother. Love him, man.
All right, so like I like to do, drawing away from the specifics of Michigan and just talking recruiting big picture, when you get ready to make a decision and pick a school, what are going to be the biggest factors in that choice?
I'm really looking for a real college experience. I'm looking to see if I make a play on the field, I get a sack in the backfield, am I going to get engulfed in love by the crowd? That's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a defensive savvy school, someone where I could go and really make a difference and be developed as a player, go to the next level.
All right, so timeline. Right, I mean, things kind of change real quick. Like if Michigan comes in, who knows who else might come here, right? I know it's a little bit later in the process, but what is your timeline for trying to get this out of the way?
Originally I thought I was going to commit a little bit earlier, just before the season, just to get it out the way and have the season ahead of me, and I won't have any distractions or whatnot. But the way things are going, I'm gonna have to really take a step back and really put all the schools on the board and have a real deep conversation with my family. So at this point in time, I don't really know.
Okay,
I'm playing it by ear. I'm really trying to, because this is not 3 to 4 years. That's what they said. It was the 4-year decision. So it's just like, you got to really take a step back and really take it in.
Do you know your OVs?
I have a decent amount of OVs set up. I know I have Oklahoma set up, Mississippi State, Auburn. I have South Carolina and Penn State, Stanford. Just name a few.
Did you know if you're going to OV to Michigan?
That was the plan. I'm trying to work a way around my schedule, try to fit them in. That would be the game plan for me.
I got you. Well, man, good luck the rest of the way. If we were to, on Mandarin schedule, feel like you guys are with the dogs that you guys have on your squad, that it feels like every game is probably going to be good. But if we were to circle some games, which one should we circle?
off the bat, you gotta sit on MC, right?
Mhm.
That's a school that's the highest level of competition you can get, and the highest level you can really see that college level of competition. I take it full heartedly, because last season we had versed them, and we didn't come out on top, and just know now they play us at home, and we're gonna show them.
All right. You got you down. Well, Brian, appreciate your time, man. Good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insight.